Hello, hello, hello. It's Jennifer from the patio, and today is Wanderlust Wednesday, where every day is an adventure and you get to take your journal with you. So, today we are working in our Staycation Folio. I'm excited about it. So here's what I've done, or here's what we've done, because hopefully you're going and making this with me. It is a freebie. The whole thing, except for the folio, all the papers are free. And so go to my Ko-fi shop and grab your freebie. It's called Staycation Snippet Digital Kit Freebie. And then I also put out just a one-page fussy cut freebie as well. It has just some different fussy cuts on it, so you can go and grab that too. So this is my folio. I have not done anything to the cover yet because I'm going to do that probably last. And if you're following along with me, you are fully aware that every page has one staycation. So let me explain. So not everybody can go on vacation. It's far away. Like, you can't hop on a plane and go to Hawaii, or you can't, get in the car and drive 2 or 3 states over. And not every year you're able to do that. And so for whatever reason, it could be your health, or it could be finances, it could be your responsibilities at home. I don't know. But I just know some years we don't get to go somewhere far, and that's okay. And so my husband and I, we do things that are local. And so I came up with 12 different staycation locations, and just did some fun things with it. And so each one of the staycations, you'll get a pocket, you'll get a couple of little labels. You're going to get just another round label that just kind of goes with the theme. Here's an extra one. And then you'll get one of these prompts, and every one of the prompts has like 4 things for you to do while you're there, whatever the location is. So like this one's the picnic part, have a picnic in your local park, and so it just has 4 little questions or 4 things, and then you just answer them on the back of your tag, and then it's just like a fun little memory keeper, if you will, for your staycation. So we are going to finish hopefully today. I'm not going to keep you long. But what I did is I was kind of playing around with all the colors and the tags, and they were all over. And so what I did to make it simple and to get done quicker is I went through and I just picked all the colors and the tags and everything and put them where I wanted them to be. So it's kind of bulky because of that, but we're going to work through it. So that's what I did. And in the kit, you get 16 tags like this. And then I gave you some background pages. I think only 2. It's kind of this green color. And then I think the other one is blue. Yeah, that's the blue color. So you can go ahead and print on the back of your tag so that it looks nice and complete. So anyway, we're just going to jump right in. We're going to just start adding the pockets and the different things. And what I've done, I like circles. And so on a couple of these, also in the kit, you get this transparency. And you can print it on regular paper or whatever, but I printed mine on vellum. I say transparency, but it's on vellum, but it is transparent so that you can use it in any way you want. On the tag, on this over here, just a little snippet. And you can't read them. They're not real dark, but they're faint enough that if I sat here, I can read this to you. And that's kind of my feeling, is like I just wanted it to be subtle and in the background. But anyway, the other thing you can do is get out your punches, and these little circles will fit in the back. You can put the fussy cuts. So anyway, just have a play with it and enjoy just making it your own. But I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. And if you've watched me for very long, you know that I'm a very simple crafter. Some of my stuff can be busy, if you will. Most of the time, I like things to be just neat, I guess. I don't know. I'm just, you know, just simple, really. But I created this, and just you can go back and look at the beginning of Staycation and see how I made this journal, how I decorated it with all the blues and the vintage photo. This is a coffee stain, like little, you know, like, I don't know, just little coffee stain looking background. Anyway, so I'm not going to just keep you very long, because we are going to get through this, because next week I have another project that I really want to do. So I'm going to put this to the side. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. So what I want to do with this one is I want to cut out a circle, and I'm going to do it on the right. And I keep all my circles. And then I'm going to put this behind it. And I probably cut it out a little. I'll cut that off because I really want it to be in the center. So I'm just going to glue this down. And I'm going to put my glue around the circle. Come on, wake up, Mr. Lineco. I'm just going to go like this. And then I'm going to place it like this, and make sure that it's centered, which it's not. That looks good. I'm okay with that. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut these little pieces off the edge, and I'm going to kind of go in a little bit. Just like that. And I didn't put any vellum or anything like that, any transparent acetate or anything on it, because it's fine just the way it is. And I did not ink it, and I'm okay with that too. So if you want yours inked, that's probably the time to do it, is before you put that on there. But I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're going to put this over here. So I'm just going to do the sides and the bottom. The hubby went back to work, so my staycation is about to come to an end. My Wanderlust Wednesday is about to come to an end. So I'll be doing some different projects on Wednesdays. Put that there. I'm going to lift this up so just it can get flat, because I do have all of my tags and everything in, and so it's going to be a little bit bulky, but. And then I have my card that's going to go in, and I picked them so that they would match. Be matchy match. And then I have my prompt card, and I think I'm just going to either leave it in as a tag, and I think I'm going to put one of these on here. And I really wanted this one here, Beneath the Quiet Sky. And I might attach this to here. I might attach it, no, because then you'll be able to see the brad. But I could do it from the front. Okay, let me just stop talking and get to getting, right? Okay, let's put this one down here. And I don't want to bulk it up because it, you know, it may kind of cause some issues when I put it inside the pocket. And I'm going to leave that out so that pocket can completely dry. And then I'm going to put this one down on the bottom. Because I like that. I'm just going to put it in between these flowers. It looks like it's straight. I have to kind of look, yeah. So this is sunset at an overlook. I like that. Okay, so that's going to go there. So what do we want to do with this? I kind of want to have, let's cut that out. And let me put a grommet in here. I watched one of my videos from the other, from Monday, and I noticed that I'm very thoughtful. Like I really am thinking, and it's like I need to be faster because I'm just like, gosh, Jennifer, you're just kind of lingering. It's like, let's get it together, girl. But I guess that's just part of my crafting style. I just really like to think and go slow, and that's actually part of just me. I'm that kind of person. Not that I'm slow all the time, but I am definitely, contemplating and thinking. So I will try to go a little bit faster for you guys, because I know that I do not want to waste your time at all. Okay, so let's put that one on there. How about that? I have to kind of do it down like this. And then that way they will matchy match. How about that? If I do it too high, then it will look funny. This thing is not punching all the way through. One day I got out my tin foil and I just got, started, and I'm not going to put a brad on this one because it will be too much. So what I'll do is I'll get out my trusty hole enforcers, and I'll do a little bit darker vintage on this. Anyway, I got out my tin. Oops, it's going to go through there. And my tin foil, my aluminum foil, and I just got all my punches out and was just like, I've got to get these things working right. And I still have some issues with some of them. So, but anyway, this one is just, I don't know why it does that. It just punches a portion and then it just leaves it hanging. It leaves it hanging and I don't like it. But it is what it is. I cannot wait to show you guys my new haul. As you know, I just started, well, I didn't just start doing crafts, but I wasn't a big scrapbook person, but I've always loved paper and different things, and I've always made cards and folios and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to use some of these little bulb pin or bulb thing and hang it. And let me see if it's going to hang right. Anyway, so I'm just, building my stash and buying stuff. And so anyway, this lady was getting rid of her Stampin' Up stuff. And so I was looking for embossing folders because I think I don't really have that many. But I'm okay with this. We may have to play with it depending, because if it's And I want it to hang right there. There. Okay, well, there's one. So I'll talk while I move on. Anyway, she put it on Facebook Marketplace, and she had this, just a big haul. And so I looked at it, and she wanted, you know, a larger amount of money than I was, you know. And I was like, but do you have just some embossing folders? Let me think about what I want to do with this one. Do I want to do anything? Do I just want to put it on the outside? Echoes in the gallery. That one's definitely going to go there. Or do I want to do all three? I kind of want to just do all three of these up here together, like with the Brad. With old Brad. So let me do that. I'm going to do a small hole. I don't know if I really want to do a Brad, but let me just do a small hole. I can always do a bigger one. Da, 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 dee. Oh, I was doing Brad, right? Okay. Hello, Brad. How are you? Okay, I have tons of Brads. As you know, I have a Brad collection, but I think I'm just going to use this one. And yes, it has a really big bend in the back, but I'm okay with that. I like it. Okay, so there's also this one that says Little Joys Found Nearby. I should have said Little Goodies, because you know I love that. Little Goodies. Anywho, I was telling you about my haul. Anyway, so I messaged her and said, hey, do you have any embossing folders? And she said yes. And so she looked, and she said she had 25. And I was like, oh, good goodness. So I asked her how much, and she said, she told me. And then it was pretty cheap. And so I was like, oh, okay. So we plan to meet, and you know what? I may just use one of these. I also got out some stamps just to, you know, just to add some things. Butterfly does not, well, it kind of does, because there's that. But anyway, I may do that, and I might put this underneath. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I need to find a stamp that's going to go good with that. But not right now. Okay, so anyway, I met up with her on Saturday. So that morning I texted and I said, hey, is it a bother for you to bring all of your stuff just so I can look at it? Because she couldn't put all the pictures. You know, they limit the pictures how many you can put. So anyway, she said, sure, I can do that. And I was like, okay. So she ended up bringing it, and I just, you know, once I looked at it, I was like, how much do you want? And she told me, and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, I ended up giving her more for it because I didn't have change, and it was worth it. So I got, you know those big banana boxes that you get at Sam's? They have to be like 12 inches tall, and about 24, it's about as big as this, to tell you the honest truth, but it's like this tall. I got 2 of those, 2 filled, and she had them all sorted like seasons and florals, and I mean, just, I was just greetings and this and that, and they're all Stampin' Up! Stamps. And then she gave me the acrylic things, and then some wooden stamps, and I got embossing folders and die cuts, and I was just like, oh my goodness. So, my big thing that I want to do is I want to organize my craft room, because I have received I've bought quite a few hauls lately, and I am needing to redo my craft room. So I looked on Marketplace for some calyx shelves, because that's the next thing, is I'm going to have to get another shelving system. And I have the Alex set up, you know, with the desk and the credenza and the another desk behind me. But now I need to get calyx shelves so I can put all of this stuff on it. And because I have some plans for some new ideas for journals. And we have to use what we have. But I told my husband I'm not buying anything else. I know I said that before, but I said, really, he's going back to school and we're not thrifting anymore, because that really is a big, that's part of it. You know, when you go thrifting all the time, and then if you see it, of course you're going to buy it. So the remedy to that is not to go thrifting. So I really have everything I could possibly ever need or want or use. And even this lady's stash, they're all new. Like, they aren't even used. And that broke my heart. And I said, you know what? I don't want to be like that. Excuse me. Where I have all of this stuff and then I never use it. You know? And it's like, yeah, oh, it's wonderful to have it. But are you using it? That's the key. So I really want to use it. And so I'm a big stamper. I love to make cards and, you know, use stamps and stuff. So, excuse me. You know what? Every time I start talking, hello. Okay, so I like that. I love these colors together too. Okay, so there's that one. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to put this one aside. And honestly, I'm going to take that one out too, because in that way it's not bulking up my... I just had to have these where I knew they were going to go, because otherwise I'm like, I don't know. Where are they supposed to go? Okay, so this one, I have Driftwood and Daydreams. That's cute. Where Water Meets Wonder. I kind of like that one better. And then, of course, this says Drift. And this is... I'm kind of probably going to do the same things. Actually, I think I'll just put this one in as a, where did I put, there they are. I'm just going to punch this hole out. And I'm going to hold it. See if it punches all the way through. See how it does that? It's just so weird. You crazy puncher. Why you got to be like that? Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I'm just going to put that in as a tag like this one. Okay, so this one, let me put this down first. Anyway, I'll show you my haul. And then I'll tell you how much it cost. I won't tell you beforehand. I'll tell you when I show you my haul, but I really have gotten quite a few that I haven't even showed you guys. But I did take pictures and videos so that you could see. Okay, this one is blue. Blue, 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 blue. So I kind of want something in the background. And I know it's really faint, but I kind of like it. I like just something in the background. I think it goes this way, yeah. Let me see. There's a Curious Magic. Let me get a piece of white paper, because then I can see. What it says. And then I'll know which one is for the beach. Yep, there it is. Waves tumble softly over smooth stones, and I walk slowly along the edge. Oh, driftwood and sea glass. You know I love to get sea glass. Crash like hidden treasures, each carrying. Well, anyway, you can read it, but you'll get one of these, so you can read it. Okay, so this is it. So let me just kind of tear this. You're not going to be able to read it through the blue, but you will be able to see it. And then, yeah, you can actually see it pretty good. And I think I'll put that through the back. You know what I could do is I could put, I'm going to do that. I could put this in the back in a hole. Let's see, I did that one on that side. I'm going to put it over here. Let's put this back here so then it just looks like it's, you know, that's in there. And then I'll put this on top and then you can just kind of see that through there. How about that? That looks good to me. Okay, let me put that up there. I changed my mat out because I was given the other one. I conditioned it. So, oh, I'm going to ink this. I am going to ink it. See, I start talking. I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. Some days I'm in a more talkative mood than others too, you know. So, when I'm like that, I just have to talk. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's do that. Okay. And then I'm going to just put Mr. Lineco around here. Anywho, I'm going to put that down like that so I can see. I don't know why I feel like I have to be so precise. Even if it was cricketed, it would have been okay because you're not going to really see a whole lot of it. Okay. And then I'll put this over the top so that you can kind of see that through there. Just kind of do a little rippy rip. I like it. I like it. And I'm going to use my UHU glue. Anywho, so I am going to start working on my craft room and getting that where I need it to be before fall comes. Because I will be in, actually in Texas, we're not in. People say that for winters. That's not what we do here. That's actually when we come out of the woodwork. So, you know, because I love to hike, be outside, you know, walk. So that is not true. I love fall. Okay, see, and you can still see that in the back, and it actually has a little rip, which is good. And then I can put this one here. I'll just rip that up. Rip this down. If you are looking for something, some crafts or whatever, don't buy them new. There's so many people that are getting out of the whole scrapbook world, and you can get some stuff pretty cheap. I don't know what it is that you need, but, and honestly, I'll be honest, I don't need a whole lot of I don't need anything right now. Like we need paper. You know, we're crafters. We're journalers. We need paper. We need inks. We need some stamps, you know, and I'm going to start using more stamps, but you need some stamps. And I mean, think about your journal. You need paper, you need ephemera, something to embellish. So you need book pages, books and book pages. I went to our local libraries, and I've already told you this, where I drive around. When we're out thrifting, we'll stop at the libraries to see what they have. You can get 5 books for $1. I mean, it's like, and I love that because I found the other day, and I'll show you just some books that are like sheet music. One of them was like you writing your own music, but it was a whole tablet of sheets like that. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is awesome. And they're blank. And then there was one, they were ledger papers, and it was for finances. And it was a young guy. And you could tell it was a guy because of his writing, but he had written a lot of stuff. He had wrote in it. And so, but I got that. So I got 5 for $1, and the things are huge. And so it's like, I don't really need anything, but I know what I need. It's like when you go out and you're like, okay, I need some ledger paper, or I need this. And you just keep an eye out for it. You're going to find it. You're going to find it. I think I feel like I need to put something on this, like a piece of tape or something, so that it doesn't keep my card from going in there. And I don't want to use washi tape per se. So I think I'm just going to use tape. And that way it just is going to be a smooth slide down. It'll be smooth. Anywho, so I'm very excited about my hauls, but if you're starting out, I suggest that's the best way to go, is Facebook Marketplace, and then just your thrift stores. Go to Goodwill, go to, your library and get books and stuff like that. And if you're starting out, Michael's has those big scrapbook pads for $5 a lot of the times. You can just go and get, if you can't afford digitals, which I totally get, and some people just don't even want to use digitals, and I totally get that too, then, just go to Michael's or whatever, and, Hobby Lobby has theirs on sale. I'm going to just do this. I'll put this one in here, because I'll forget that this is where this one goes. The other one has the tags on it, so. Okay, that one's going to look just like that. And I love that, driftwood, and then you can kind of read that a little bit. Okay, so there's that one. Next. And I say the little circles because I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. I had already cut that circle out, so I'm going to do that. And I'm probably going to just put these together with Mr. Brad. With Mr. Brad. I've already started going on my staycations and going to these different places, but I really do need to start writing in it, because that's the whole point. So I want to get it fixed and done so I can take it with me. Okay, so to observe, I kind of want to do, I want to have this in the background, and then that way when you put your card in, you'll see it. but it'll be in the background like this. I don't know how to do that. Except for, this is what I'll do. Okay, that'll help. You're not going to see it because it's going to be underneath the thing. Okay, I'm going to stick this to the back. And then let's see if I can center. Make sure that this, you can see the... It's probably, I'm going to put some tape on that too. Because you're not going to see it. And then my card will slide in. That might still be, but... Okay, and then this we'll put like that. And I think I'm going to put some acetate on the window. I have this over here in my little stash. Okay, so I'm going to put my Lineco. You know the routine for putting on an acetate window. You need to make sure that you just set it down and let it sit for just a second, and then you push outward. Okay, you just kind of let it settle, and then you get your bone folder and you push out so that it doesn't get on the inside. So you're just going to push out. Okay, and we need to put something there. I guess I'll just use tape. I mean, tape, or I feel like tape. With the other one, it's okay, but with the acetate, I think I'm going to use some washi tape. That will be better. I don't know why, but maybe I just feel like it's going to be better. I don't know. And then I'm going to put some glue on it. I hope you're having a good time with this kit. You know, you may already be done, because we only do this every Wednesday. But, so I don't know if you're doing it with me, you're creating it with me, or if you've already finished it, but I would love to see your project. So if you would, go over to my Facebook group, and I'll be honest, I need to put it, I might have it in my, my YouTube bio. I know I have my Facebook page, and if you go to my page, I have my Facebook group pinned at the top. And then just answer some questions, and then it's really for you guys. It's not for me. I want to see what you guys, let me use my shirt to get that clean. I want to see what you all are doing. So please go over and show me your stuff. I have one lady, and she's been just having a great time. And she's the only one that posts, and I love it. But we need more people over there to just enjoy crafting together and showing what we make. Because I want to see what you guys make. I mean, you know what I'm making. So, okay, let me make sure that's straight at the bottom. Okay, so that's going to be nice. So this is different. So they're all going to be a little bit different, which is kind of what I had anticipated, was to have every page a little bit different. So when you put your card in, you can't see it. But what would be nice is if I put one of these right on the card. Notes from a slower day. Petals, pebbles, and paws. I think this is for the beach. I believe it is. Oh, but you know what I have is I have a coffee cup. Let me get out my fussy cuts here. Where did I put them? Oh, yeah, they're over here. Oh, my goodness. Okay, yeah, I have a coffee cup. Let me cut that out because then I can put that on there. I mean, we don't have to have the same thing, you know, but I think it's cute. It's just a bigger version of it. Okay, I didn't like those because these are the big tall ones, so I'm going to go with the little ones. And I put this out as a freebie on my Ko-fi shop, so if you want the little fussy cuts that I've been using, just go out to my Ko-fi shop. And I also, when I made them for you guys, for me, I didn't do it. But someone asked for them, and so I said, sure, you can have them as a freebie. I mean, I don't care. So anyway, I put a border around them so that you could either have a border or you could cut close like what I'm doing. So I am going to cut this out, and that's what I'll do is I'll put this. I'm cutting off the steam. Okay. Then let's ink this thing up. Not too much, but enough to give it a little contrast, especially right by the white part. Okay. Okay, and then that'll be on that card, and hopefully it'll go in and out. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm trying to get my visual here. It's going to be right below. I'm thinking it's going to go like right here. That looks good to me. Let's just do it. Your cup might be bigger. I don't know. Let's see what that does. And yeah, that's going to be nice. Okay. Yeah. See? It's sitting right in there. I'm pull it up just a little bit there. I could have put it up a little bit higher, but I am okay with that. Okay. And then notes from a slower day. Let's do that. Look at my desk. It's starting to get all messy. That just means I'm all crafty. I'm being all crafty. We need to be crafty. Okay, there's that one. So we'll move on. Moving on, moving on. Stroll. Let me get it all out. Okay, stories and the sidewalks. Shadows of old streets. I kind of like that. Stories and the sidewalks. I told you I don't really have to have a ton of stuff. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one down. instead of it, let's see if I can do it. It may not, but we're going to try, and if it doesn't, then I will reprint it. I got to lick my fingers, I'm sorry. Look, I did. I just like, that way it's a little bit smaller and it's not so big. We don't ever have to have everything big here in Texas. Come on. Okay, there's that. And then shadows of the streets, stroll. That looks good. You know what I do need? Just a little bit of, we can just put a little bit of this in there. I just need some text or something. Which way did I say it goes? That way. Let's just get a little piece with some black in it. Hi, Bubba. What you doing? You ready to eat? Okay. I guess not. He just climbed up on the couch and said, nope, I think I'm just going to go to sleep again. He loves his daddy, and so when he literally waits all day long for him to come home. So in the afternoons, when I know it's time for him to show up and pull up in the driveway, I will, I'll open the door and he can look out the glass door. And he just sits and waits for him. It's just, he loves that man. And I'm the one that takes care of him all day. I don't know why he don't love me as much. Seriously. But anyway, he's just set in his ways, and he waits on him, and so he's just mopey. Just a mopey old man, just a mopey old dog. Okay, I'm going to use my UHU glue on this because, oop, I'm down to the little plastic thing. And I looked again, and that UHU glue is so expensive. Goodness gracious. Okay, am I in frame? Let me go up a little bit. I'm just putting a little something something on there. And we're gonna do stroll. I don't want to cover that up, but I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to do that first. Let's do that first. I think we're really getting, I'm going to have to stop because I know you guys have things to do and all I'm doing is just crafting. So I know that you need to get to getting. Get to getting with your life. Let me look and see. Oh. I hurt my knee with the little, see, I'm already at 48. How does that happen, y'all? I'm just having so much fun. I'm going to have to start doing 15-minute crafts. 15-minute crafts. Simple. Y'all, I like simple. I can't help it, but I just do. Simple, simple. But I also love, I don't know if you watch Bohemian Crafter. Oh my gosh, she is just so freaking amazing. And she does all of the grunge stuff, which I just think is fabulous. But I watched her yesterday, and she was making something out of like little slides that you you stick a white little thing in there, and when you move it around like this, you can see it, but when you take it out, it's just dark. But she made them out of toilet paper rolls out of the and I was just like, she's so talented. Go check her out. She is just amazing. Okay, so what do I want to do with this? I think I'm just gonna, okay, let that dry because I'm getting hasty. I'm getting hasty here. Okay, let me put this on, and then this is going to be it. And maybe, I don't know how many we did, but I'm probably going to do these off camera. I hope you're going to be okay with that, because our Wanderlust Wednesdays are going to be, you know, I mean, I guess I could go on forever with these. I don't have to stop. But my staycation, this one and the kit, I'm not going to be doing these forever. So what am I doing? I'm looking for something. I was looking for my small one. So I did a little smaller hole because the other one was just a little big for Brad, and Brad was kind of loose. And so I don't want Brad to be loose. I want Brad to fit nicely. Anywho, so we're going to have to be moving on, but I feel like I'm boring y'all, so y'all let me know if I'm boring you, or if you're okay with the process and us doing it together and what mine looks like. You got to let me know, because I want to make sure that I am, you know, giving you what you're coming to watch. So I want to make sure that you're pleased with what you see. So, anywho, let me know if you want me to just keep doing it on film, and then I'll just do it another Wednesday, and we should, let's see how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 more, and I just did 5. So I guess I could do one more Wednesday of this. And then I have to do the cover. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the tops of these. But anyway, that's what we got today. I thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And I will see you on Friday with another fun project of making ephemera. But remember, you only know what you know till you know something different. Have a great day. Bye-bye.